There's a little talk around Raider Nation these days on the contract extension of Las Vegas Raiders quarterback Derek Carr. Those that want Carr are getting a little nervous, and those that don't are getting happy because there's no news on that front right now. But it really means nothing either way as we try to find newsworthy things to write and talk about. Make no mistake about it, Josh McDaniels came to Las Vegas with Carr as a big part of why. And Davis was looking for an offensive mind that could do something with Carr and this Raider team as currently constructed. There's no way Davis is looking to rebuild a team that just went to the playoffs and lost a close game to the Cincinnati Bengals, who are playing in the Super Bowl in a few days. He just wants McDaniels and company to take this team to the next level. So this isn't about Carr not being McDaniels' guy. If anything, it's about trying to figure out what to pay Carr. If it takes until next season to do so, so be it. Carr is under contract for 2022 anyway. Let's go to Raider Beat, who reported on a story that Vic Tafur of The Athletic broke. I'll just go ahead and read the whole thing here. It says, deal or no deal? That's the question surrounding Derek Carr as Raiders enter their first season under new head coach Josh McDaniels. At this point, it is a foregone conclusion that Carr will be the Raiders' starting quarterback in 2022. But one team insider doesn't believe McDaniels and his hand-picked GM are ready to commit to Carr with a long-term deal. It's not a question of whether you like Carr if you're the Raiders, The Athletic's Vic Tafur wrote this week. He has 1 year left on this deal, so here's the question. Do you give him $150 million plus and tie yourself to him shortly after putting your family photos on your new desks? I have serious doubts the Raiders will do that. Carr's base salary next year will be slightly under $20 million, which makes him one of the best quarterback bargains in the NFL. He projects to be the 15th highest paid quarterback in the league in 2022. From Carr's standpoint, it will be interesting to see his offseason approach if a long-term deal isn't in place. It will be a gamble to play out the final year of his deal without any long-term financial security in place, but maybe that's the direction things are headed. Now, of course, Tafur is a well-respected Raider insider, and what he says is usually money. But he's also the same guy who said that Davis was going to make a decision on Carr before he got a new GM and coach. Davis is the one responsible for the Raiders picking Carr too. So let's go back to what Tafur said about the situation during the season. Here it is from his State of the Nation podcast.
I think that's what happens. I think that Mark Davis will make a decision and then go into the search with that in mind. I think I just don't know if he's going to rely on a new coach to kind of influence him giving Carr, $180 million extension, whatever it's going to cost to keep him past this year. I don't know if he can bring him back in the lame duck status, like don't do anything. He's kind of on play last year of his contract. I'm not sure what that does for you either. So I am of the belief that Mark Davis will make a decision. He hired the last two coaches, basically, and he'll hire this one. So I think he'll use whatever he's decided on Derek to kind of frame who he wants to bring in. And I'm sure he'll listen to ideas, and he'll be, quote-unquote, open with some things. But I think his mind will pretty much be made up as far as the quarterback before the coaching search really gets going.
So I believe Davis already had that choice made before he even hired his GM and head coach. So if you're one of those guys hoping that Carr isn't going to stay with the Raiders, sorry, it's very unlikely for it to work out that way. It's just a matter of how much the Raiders are going to pay him, which is very unclear right now. And it just might take till the end of the 2022 season to figure it all out. Those of you that don't think that Carr is McDaniels' guy, you guys need to stop playing. Because McDaniels turned down a lot of interviews for a lot of NFL teams to be with the Raiders and Carr. He and GM Dave Ziegler could not have landed in a better situation. Most teams that go to the playoffs aren't looking for a head coach and GM at the end of the season. That place is usually reserved for sub-500 teams. Carr is also Davis's guy, so the contract will take care of itself when it takes care of itself. Nothing to worry about here. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.